Hello there, my name is Electric Johnny Hat. Hope you're all well. And I'm just going to go over the first part of the flat earth models that have been put out or presented by the flat earth community over the last sort of 3 years. I think it's about 3 years when it started taking off properly. So, yeah, this just going to go through a few of the models that have been presented that we've all seen. And I don't believe that any of these are a flat earth model. I became a flat earther about a week ago. I thought it was about time not to follow the crowd because I don't follow the crowd. Um, Everybody started believing in this quite heavily about 3 years ago, and there's just more and more people believing in it now. But they seem to go for whatever's presented by the presenter. Um, it's funny because it's like 80% of the world's population would just believe absolutely anything that you present to them. I remember a quote from Eric Dollard, the electrical engineer, that said, people will believe absolutely anything. If you told them the cat was made of candy, they would probably eat the cat. That's from Eric Dollard. He's just his way, I guess. And no, he's not a flat earther. But so all the models that they have put out, and it all seems to have come down to the same model that they've put out. Well, I'll tell you, we'll start with this one first. They normally go for the Gleason, and they've just come up with another one, which is the Hebrew model here. So the two main ones, I think there's actually a three or four which I'll go through, but the two main ones seems to be the Gleason and the Hebrew model. They put down as a flat Earth. So we're going to start with. I've done this many times before, but we're just starting on the first part of. I don't even call it debunking of the flat Earth. Of the flat Earth models because we do not have a working model. So we're going to start with the Hebrew model here, and the Hebrew model is basically based on the head. It's based on the head. So you see on the outside there, on the outside it is the skull, the black line is the membrane, the cerebral spinal fluid that protects the brain, and the cerebral spinal fluid goes all the way down to great deep, which is going to be the perineum, which goes down to 33 vertebrae. The cerebral spinal fluid protects the brain and the 33 vertebrae. All this stuff inside has just been added. So yes, at the top we have, you see at the top of the gods of heaven, that is the fontanelle. That is the soft part of the baby's head that we have to protect when the baby is a baby. So, and even now you could feel the top of your head and you've still got that soft part at the top of the head. It's called the fontanelle. At the bottom there, the great deep, like I said, is the perineum, and it's basically all based on the head, which is, like I said, the blue outside is the skull, the black thin line is the membrane, the cerebral spinal fluid that protects the brain and the 33 vertebrae. This is not a flat earth model. Okay, so just going to type in flat earth models, and it should come up with, oops, it should come up with the Gleason. So flat earth models. Oh, I should go to Google, really, shouldn't I? Let's go to Google. Right, so Google flat earth models. This is basically just me doing it off the cuff like I always do. I know there's been other presenters out there that have done huge presentations and made it very technical just to come up with a Gleason map, which is a pole map. This is the Gleason map here, the main map that they put out, the flat earth community, or whoever actually started it. But this is the Gleason map, which is a pole map. It is a pole map. It's been proven to be a pole map. Let's make it a bit bigger. It's been proven to be a pole map, and on the other side, it's basically based on a ball, and on the other side, it's got a south and a north pole on the ball, so you have another pole just the same as that. And I think the first person to come up with this was a guy called Aaron Dover, who I used to follow as well. Um, it's a guy that actually took his own life. He passed away, took his own life because he was basically a hermaphrodite. He was both sexes, so he couldn't handle the pressure of that, and he decided to take his own life. But he was one of the first flat earthers that came out, a guy called Aaron Dover. And all he did was open up a ball that you blow up, and he just flattened it out and just showed one side of the pole. I do not believe that guy anymore. No. Because he was presenting, or one of the first guys to present the Gleason map. It's a Gleason map, and the flat earth community have jumped on the Gleason map as a flat earth map when it's clearly a pole map based on the globe. So it is wrong. So what else have we got here? We can go on to this one here, which is one that was put out by the Flat Earth Society, where they say that the flat Earth disk, is just basically floating around in space. What a load of nonsense that is. They are obviously just trolling the main flat earthers, the Flat Earth Society, because the flat earth community do not believe, me as well, I do not believe in outer space. Certainly not. So how can there be a disk flying around in space or floating around in space? No, completely wrong. Absolute nonsense. And as you can see on all of the maps that have been presented on here on Google, which has just been taken from flat earth videos, stills and stuff, it's all of them are based on the Gleason model. The Gleason is a pole map. It is not a flat earth map. Absolute nonsense and lies. And it's funny, like I said at the start, that all these people that do the big presentations try to make it as technical as they can, but yet they're that technical they end up using the Gleason map. So that's where technical gets you. Absolute nonsense. They're just making money from lies, basically. And like I said, the average person will just believe in absolutely anything, you know. Right, so just gonna go back. I just want to go back to the Hebrew model. Let's go back to the Hebrew because it does show some other models. So there's other models that have been put out, which has all been based on the Hebrew as well, like this one here. They're all based on the Hebrew. Same thing, really. It's exactly the same thing. The outside is it's based on the head. The outside is a skull, the membrane, the cerebral spinal fluid, the brain, the great deep of the cerebral spinal fluid, the fontanelle, the perineum. Like I said, the cerebral spinal fluid protects the 33 vertebrae and the brain, all based on the Hebrew model. And even if we go through others that are all basically based on the Hebrew, which are all based on the head. These are not flat earth models. Absolutely not. And again here, just based on the Hebrew, which is exactly the same. As you can see, all based on the Hebrew, which is lies. The Hebrew is based on the head. The Gleason, like I said, the Gleason is based on a pole map. I'm just going to my photos because I've got another one here that people. Oh, here we go, straight on it. Well, this is the other one, another one that the Flat Earthers put out, another model. I think Santos Bonacci was putting this one out quite heavily as well. But the research I've done is these layers of existence are based on different layers of dream sleep. So when we dream, we have different layers of dream sleep, like a deep sleep, a dream sleep, a REM sleep. There's loads, and these are all based on layers of dreams, of just a dream sleep. It's not based on a flat Earth model at all, not at all. So for me, that's out the window as well. Have I got any others? Can't think of any others that they're putting out. But I mean, the bottom line is there is no working model of the flat Earth. And like I said, I do believe in the flat Earth. I really do. But there is, and I do believe in a crystalline dome that goes all the way around us. I do believe in that too, because it's been, to me, it's basically been shown so many times. The top of the ball, sorry, the top of the, got me saying it now. So the top of the crystalline dome at the top and at the bottom as well has been shown. I'm going by when you see the video of sprites and you can see clearly see the layer of the sprites there that's got a solid layer which shows the top of the dome. And when Mike DeGraw went down in his little submarine and found the salt lakes and the circle, I believe is the bottom of the dome as well. I really do. So yeah, that's just the first part there. Basically going through all these flat Earth models that the flat Earth community put out, which is not a flat Earth. They have other meanings. All of them have other meanings. This one kind of makes a little bit of sense, I guess, because you have the four corners and the four angels on each corner. And if you look at the Illuminati flat Earth model they put out in the Illuminati cards, it's based on a squared cube. So this could sort of be based on that as well. And even if you look inside, obviously inside that circle with the upturned edges, they still put in the Gleason map, which is it's a pole map. It's just a pole map. Now I know Picard said that or we heard the rumor. We don't know whether it's true or not. I mean, we know Picard was real, obviously, but what he saw, do we really know? He just says that he went up and he said that he went up in his little cockpit and he had the balloon that would take him up, and he went to a certain amount of thousands of miles up and said he saw upturned edges, a flat Earth with upturned edges. So this could have some sort of proof to it, but you have to remember also we have a crystalline sphere that goes all the way around. The crystalline sphere could be going all the way around this model here and all the way under, and the square part could be on the outside of the dome with the four angels, but that's just pure speculation. So yeah, that's all I'm going to do for the first part, because I just wanted to sort of debunk all these flat Earth models that people have put out where they're not flat Earth models at all. And like I said, I do believe the Earth's flat, with a crystalline dome all over it, all around it, but we have no working model of the landmarks. Thank you very much.